Technology in God's Eye, Understanding and Comparing Biblical Views on Technology Ethics. This presentation compares the world and biblical ethic to help Christians use online technology responsibly while fulfilling our God-given mandate to spread biblical principles throughout the world. How can Christians promote biblical values and spread the good news using technology? Is there biblical ethical support for using technology? This presentation will demonstrate that God views technology as the product of creative human mind whose purpose is to benefit the world with his gift. Therefore, Christians can model biblical ethical behavior when using online technologies to further the kingdom of God. Picture yourself on a hunting trip vacation in India. Suddenly, you have a perfect shot at an elephant. However, the tour guide warns you not to shoot the animal. In your country, this animal is legal to hunt. What do? A worldview is a set of convictions, personal values, beliefs, and practices in a social environment. Worldviews are enforced through cultural and legal regulations. These laws ensure equal acceptance and fairness among the members of a society. We recognize those as worldview ethics. Ethics analyzes human conduct to determine right and wrong choices. 4 areas of ethics analyzing morality in society are consequence-based, duty-based, contract-based, and character-based ethics. Consequence-based ethics include utilitarian ethics and consequentialist ethics. Utilitarian ethics are actions that are acceptable when results produce greater happiness. Consequentialist ethics consist of actions acceptable when the results produce the best consequence for the situation. For example, an airline pilot decides to perform an emergency landing into a river. The company reported business losses due to damages caused by the crash. The utilitarian community gave the pilot kudos for saving lives. The consequentialists calculated that the recovery damages was minor compared to losing the lives of people aboard. Deontological ethics is a moral ethical theory based on obligations members owe to each other. An example will be driving through a red light. This action puts lives at risk. In contract-based ethics, legal agreements are moral ethical actions based on contracts and accords between 2 or more parties. An example is a pay-per-service contract. Character-based ethics, or virtual ethics, is a moral ethical position based on reinforcement of character and value developments rather than consequences, rules, or legal agreements. Virtual ethicists believe people possess inherent moral characters such as altruistic attitudes and empathic emotions that can be reinforced through education and mentoring. Cyber ethics. Cyber ethics evaluates existing policies and laws that mitigate the impact of social ethical issues. These are questions of virtual ethics and intrinsic values. For example, you discover an unlocked lost phone in the bathroom. Should you browse or open someone else's phone or email account? What would you do? Christian ethics and technology. Science and technology artifacts were developed through the biblical times. Advanced architectural designs, metallurgy, medicine, and machinery demonstrate complex mathematical designs. Nature reflects God's intelligent, scientific, creative work. Scriptures demonstrate God's use of technology to create the world. At creation, God also endowed humans with wisdom, intelligence, and creativity and power. God recognized the power of unity, reaffirming that united people have the capacity to create anything they envision together. God gave Moses instructions to build a tabernacle and empowered men with intelligence, knowledge, and craftsmanship to devise artistic designs in carved wood and working with precious metals. In the book of Genesis, God instructs Noah in technological advanced engineering. Noah designed and built a complex boat structure using God's technological and creative knowledge. Descendants of Cain forged all kinds of tools out of bronze and iron, demonstrating metallurgy technology capabilities. In Genesis, Cain also built a city employing skilled workers who made the harp and flute to play. In a technologically dependent world, how can Christians responsibly use technology while resisting the addictive behaviors available in the internet, social media? These are questions of virtual ethics and intrinsic values, and they are the basis for biblical ethics. When comparing virtual ethics to biblical ethics, we find many common intrinsic values: honesty, truthfulness, kindness, trustworthiness, generosity, helpfulness, and justice are some of similar values found in biblical ethics. Therefore, virtual ethics draws from the intrinsic good. However, decisions influenced by emotions can cause social confusion. Virtual ethics also requires reinforced learning through mentoring. However, a biased mentor can have a different ethical view. In contrast, Jesus Christ modeled the following behaviors: faith, goodness, gentleness, temperance, meekness, long-suffering, love, joy, and peace are among the intrinsic values that biblical ethics is founded on. Biblical ethics are prescribed from biblical precepts. Interpretation may cause worldview disagreements. However, this modeling requires faith and trust in divine guidance. God promises He will put a spirit within us and cause us to walk by His statutes. Implementing either biblical or virtual ethics will come with a technological cultural risk. One of the biblical ethic risks is the rejection and alienation due to world cultural views. Spiritual satisfaction may also be limited to internal self-awareness. A big risk factor in virtual ethics is that ethics behavior depends on the person's honor system. External satisfaction may also be limited to external experiences.